Have you ever stared at a penny and thought, this could change my life? What if I told you that one tiny, overlooked penny could be worth up to $3 million? That's right, $3 million. Stick around to find out if you've got one of the most valuable coins in American history sitting in your pocket right now. In today's video, we're diving deep into the rarest of the rare, the 1969 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. This coin could be the ticket to your financial freedom. But before you get excited, let me warn you. These coins are extremely rare, and finding one can feel like winning the lottery. The value? It's staggering, and you won't believe the story behind how this little penny went from an everyday object to a game changer in the coin world. The 1969 D Lincoln penny was minted over 50 years ago, and at first glance, it might seem like any other penny in your change jar. But here's the catch. It's not just any penny. There's something incredibly special about the 1969 D that has made it one of the most sought-after coins in the market today. So, how did this penny become so valuable? Let me paint a picture for you. Picture yourself sifting through a pile of change from your pocket or a jar on your kitchen counter. You see the usual assortment of pennies, nothing special. Then, you spot one. A 1969 D, something about it catches your eye. Maybe it's the way it shines just a bit more than the rest. Maybe it's the way the mint mark looks a little off, a little different. What if I told you that what you're holding could be worth thousands? Yes, you heard that right. A 1969 D penny in good condition can fetch you hundreds of dollars. But we're not stopping there. Because there's a chance, a very real chance, that this penny could be worth much, much more. Wait. Don't go running to your coin jar just yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. You've got to be careful. You don't want to pull a Tommy from down the street who thought his 1969 penny was the golden ticket, only to find out it was just a regular old penny. Awkward. But hang tight, because I'm about to show you exactly what to look for. So, what's the big secret behind the 1969 D penny? Here's where things get really interesting. There was a major mistake made during the minting of some of these coins. The error? A doubled die, meaning the design on the coin was struck twice, causing a distortion of the image. That small but significant flaw makes these pennies incredibly rare, and more importantly, extremely valuable. This error is so specific, so unique, that finding a 1969 D penny with a doubled die could land you anywhere from a few $1,000s to a mind-blowing $3 million. And that's not just a rumor. There have been confirmed sales of this rare coin at auction houses for huge amounts, making it one of the most expensive pennies in the world. Now, let me ask you this. What if you've got one of these rare pennies lying around, and you don't even know it? Could that penny be the key to unlocking a life of financial freedom? Hold on, don't go grabbing every 1969 D penny you find just yet. Finding a coin like this takes more than just a lucky glance. You need to know exactly what to look for. And trust me, it's not as obvious as you might think. By now, you're probably asking, how can I tell if I've got one of these valuable 1969 D pennies? Great question. It all comes down to the details, specifically the mint mark and the doubling effect. You'll want to carefully examine the Lincoln portrait, the date, and most importantly, the mint mark. The doubling is subtle but clear if you know where to look. Take a magnifying glass, or even better, a jeweler's loupe, and closely inspect the letter D on the mint mark. If it appears to have a shadow or a second image of the D off to the side, you're looking at a double die. This is a rare and very valuable error, but here's the thing. Just finding one isn't enough. You need to make sure it's in good condition, and you've got to know how to grade your coin properly. A 1969 D penny in mint condition could be worth a fortune, but if it's worn or damaged, the value drops drastically. And don't forget, selling these coins isn't as simple as putting them on eBay. You need to know where to sell it to get top dollar. Auctions, private dealers, and collectors who specialize in rare coins are your best bet. But be careful. Getting scammed or undervalued for your coin is all too common. Do your research before you sell. Now, here's the real kicker. Every day that passes, more of these rare pennies are being lost or destroyed. So, the time to act is now. If you think you've got a 1969 D penny with the doubled die, don't wait. The market for these rare coins is exploding, and prices are only going to rise as more people discover their value, but here's the harsh reality: if you don't act quickly, you could miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. The sooner you find and authenticate your coin, the better your chances of cashing in on this once-in-a-lifetime find. Could this tiny penny, worth just 1 cent when it was minted, now be worth $3 million? The answer lies in your hands. Literally. So, go ahead, take a look at your coins. You could be holding a fortune, and who knows? Your next penny could be the key to living the life of your dreams. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to learn more about valuable coins and how you can turn them into a fortune. Time is ticking, so get searching. World of rare coins, where one small piece of history could change your life forever. Are you sitting down? Because what I'm about to share could make you a fortune, literally. Today, we're talking about a coin that could be sitting in your collection right now, the 1978 Lincoln penny with NO mint mark. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But we'll show you how this tiny piece of copper could be worth up to $2.80 million. Keep watching, because what I reveal next could change everything you thought you knew about rare pennies. Alright, let's break this down. First, let's talk about the 1978 Lincoln penny. You might be thinking, I've seen plenty of these pennies, but I've never seen one worth that much. And you'd be right to question it. So, let me ask you this: do you know the difference between a penny that's worth 50 cents and one that could be worth thousands, or even millions? Here's the shocking part: most people don't even realize that the 1978 Lincoln penny could have an NO mint mark. That's right. There was a rare batch of these pennies released that didn't feature the mint mark, and when this mistake happened, it created a coin that could potentially make you a millionaire. You see, the mint mark is crucial in determining the rarity and value of certain coins. A missing mint mark on a 1978 penny is the kind of error that collectors go crazy over. But why does it matter? Why is this penny worth so much? The answer lies in scarcity. This minting error means that only a small number of 1978 pennies were ever produced like this, and they didn't circulate widely. Most of these pennies went unnoticed for years, forgotten in drawers or tossed into change jars. But if you have one, if you're holding on to a piece of this history, the market could be willing to pay top dollar. And here's the kicker: this coin's value doesn't just stop at a few $1,000s. Some of these pennies have sold for upwards of $2.80 million. Yes, you heard me right. $2.80 million. Are you starting to feel the excitement yet? Now, don't get too comfortable. Because here's where the urgency kicks in: the window to cash in on your rare 1978 Lincoln penny might be closing faster than you think. Collectors are always on the hunt for these elusive coins. As more people find out about their worth, the competition is getting fiercer. If you hesitate, you might miss out on your chance to strike it big. Imagine discovering the penny of a lifetime, but waiting too long to sell, only to watch the value plummet because everyone else caught on to the same secret. And here's something you might not know: this isn't just any rare coin. This penny has a history behind it, a story that collectors are dying to own. There's a powerful emotional connection to these mistakes in the minting process. It's the same feeling people get when they discover something rare, something that most people would overlook, but could change their life forever. But how do you even know if your 1978 penny is one of these rare, no mint mark beauties? Here's where things get tricky. The value depends on a few critical factors. So don't go rushing to sell just yet. You need to be sure your penny is the real deal. We'll talk about that in just a second. Stay with me. Alright, now that we've got your heart racing and your curiosity piqued, let's talk about how to actually find out if you've got one of these million-dollar coins. The first thing you'll need to do is take a close look at the details. Does your 1978 penny have a mint mark? If not, congratulations, you might have a rare one. But the absence of a mint mark alone doesn't guarantee a windfall. There are other critical elements to check, like the condition of the penny and its overall quality. These coins were made with copper, which means over time they can wear and lose value if they're not well preserved. You should also have your coin authenticated. Now, here's where some of you might be thinking, but I don't have the time or money to get it checked out. Well, trust me, it's worth the investment. Getting a professional grading can make all the difference when it comes to selling your coin for top dollar. Without it, you might risk losing out on thousands, maybe even millions, and here's where the fear comes in: if you don't act fast, someone else will. Collectors are always looking for rare coins like this, and once they catch wind that you've got one of these highly sought-after 1978 pennies, they'll be ready to pounce. So, don't wait. Take action now to get your penny authenticated and graded. Because this might be your one shot to turn a simple coin into a life-changing payday. But before you go rushing to check every penny you own, hold up. I have a crucial piece of advice for you, one that could either make you a millionaire or leave you empty-handed. The next step in the process is more important than you think, and if you skip it, you could lose out on the value of your coin completely. Want to know what it is? Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell, because in my next video, I'll walk you through how to sell your 1978 penny for top dollar, without making any costly mistakes. So, is your 1978 penny worth $2.8 million? The only way to find out is to take action. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Your future fortune could be waiting right in front of you. Have you ever looked through your old pennies and thought, could one of these be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a single penny, one you might have tossed aside without a second glance, could be worth up to $2.6 million? Yeah, you heard that right. It's not a fantasy or a trick. This is real. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, an absolute treasure that could change your financial future. But here's the thing, it's not just about finding a rare penny, it's about understanding how to spot one, how to get it evaluated, and most importantly, how to sell it for top dollar. You're flipping through a jar of loose change you've collected over the years, nothing special, just your average pennies. But then, something catches your eye, a 1979 penny with no mint mark. Most people wouldn't think twice and toss it back in the jar. But what if you're holding something worth a small fortune? Now, you might be thinking, yeah right, the only thing my pennies are worth is the price of a soda at the corner store. Trust me, I've been there. But let me tell you, this coin isn't like the others. The 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just rare, it's a game changer. So why is this little penny so valuable? Well, here's the thing, most pennies minted in 1979 came with either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco mint mark. But then, there's this anomaly, the 1979 penny without a mint mark. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it did, and now it's a highly coveted error coin. In the world of rare coin collectors, this particular penny is considered one of the most exciting finds in recent history. And here's where the story gets even more thrilling. You've probably heard the stories of rare coins being sold at auctions for mind-boggling amounts. In fact, a 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for as much as $2.6 million. Let that sink in for a second, but here's the catch. Not every 1979 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. In fact, many of them go unnoticed or undervalued. So, what sets the million-dollar coins apart from the rest? That's what we're about to reveal. If you've got a 1979 penny without a mint mark, the first step is making sure it's authentic. You can't just look at it and assume. It takes a trained eye to identify the subtle differences that make the 1979 no-mint mark penny so special. By the way, if you have one of these pennies sitting around, do you know how to tell if it's the real deal or just another fake? Most people don't. But I'm about to show you exactly how to identify whether yours could be worth a fortune. First, examine the weight and texture. This rare penny has distinct features that separate it from regular coins. If it looks too shiny or has certain irregularities, that could be a sign of an error. Now, once you've confirmed it's the real deal, the next step is finding a professional appraiser or using a grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations have the expertise to verify your coin's authenticity and assign it a value. But here's the real question: are you ready to sell? Because once you know what you've got, the next move is crucial. If your penny turns out to be one of the rare, highly coveted 1979 no-mint mark coins, you might be sitting on a gold mine. But this isn't just about luck. The market for rare coins is more competitive than ever, and timing is everything. But before you rush off to sell, there's something else you need to know. What's the best time to cash in on your treasure, and how do you ensure you get top dollar for it? Stay tuned, because we're about to break down the best strategies for selling your rare coins in today's market. Whether you're looking to sell now or simply want to learn more about rare coins, understanding their true value could be the key to unlocking the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Imagine living a life where you no longer have to worry about financial stress, all because you found the right coin at the right time. So, could that penny you found in your change be worth millions? There's only one way to find out. Don't let this rare opportunity slip through your fingers. If you want to learn exactly how to sell your rare coins for the highest price possible, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us for the next video where we'll walk you through the process, step by step. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to cash in on a $2.6 million penny. Hold on to your seat, because what you're about to learn could change your life forever. Imagine finding a single penny that could be worth millions. That's right, millions of dollars from a simple coin you might already have lying around in your pocket or piggy bank. Sounds unbelievable? Well, it's not. The 1992 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world today. And it could be hiding in your collection right now, just waiting for you to discover it. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this life-changing penny and how to sell it for potentially life-changing amounts of money. So, let's dive right into it. What is the 1992 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, and why does it matter? Well, it all starts with one simple fact: not all pennies are created equal. The 1992 D penny, minted in Denver, has a secret, an error that makes it worth far more than its face value of 1 cent. And when you're talking about rare pennies, that one little mistake could make all the difference in the world. Here's the thing: most of us go about our day, tossing pennies into jars or letting them collect dust. But a single 1992 D penny could be worth $2.50 million, if it has the right error. And trust me, you do not want to be the one who missed out on this golden opportunity because you didn't know what to look for. You're probably asking, what's so special about this penny? Well, before you start thinking, that's just another internet myth, let me ask you, have you ever found a $100 bill lying on the ground, and thought, wow, I almost missed that? Now, imagine finding a coin that could be worth that much, but in the form of a simple penny. The kind of coin that could be life-changing. It's not impossible. In fact, it happens more often than you think. And in just a moment, you'll see why this penny is so valuable. Let's talk specifics now. The 1992 D penny has an error that makes it extremely rare. If you take a closer look at the coin, you might notice something unusual about the minting process, something that sets it apart from every other penny. You see, there was a mistake made during the minting of a small batch of these pennies in Denver. And while most of the 1992 D pennies are worth just 1 cent, the ones with this error are worth far, far more. What makes this penny different? Well, it all comes down to a double die error. This means the image on the penny is stamped twice, which can give it a blurry or doubled appearance. It might be subtle, but once you know what to look for, it's unmistakable. Look closely at the date and the mint mark, and you'll start to see it. Sometimes the doubling is obvious, sometimes it's more subtle. But once you spot it, you'll know you found a rare treasure. Now, here's where things get interesting. You might be thinking, okay, but how much is it really worth? Hold on, because I'm about to share something that will blow your mind. But first, let's take a moment to think about how these kinds of coins end up making people huge sums of money. So, let's answer that burning question: how much could your 1992 penny be worth? Well, if it's one of the rare double die errors, it could be worth up to $2.50 million. Yes, you heard that right. But let me remind you, this isn't something you can just pick up off the street. The 1992 double die is extremely rare. The chances of finding one in perfect condition are slim, but it's not impossible. It happens more often than you think, and some lucky collectors are making millions by selling their pennies. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I sell it? The process might sound intimidating, but it's easier than you think. Once you've confirmed that your penny has the error, the next step is to get it authenticated. You can send your coin to a reputable coin grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service, who will verify that it's genuine and determine its grade. A certified coin is worth far more than one that's not. Once your coin is authenticated, it's time to sell. There are a few options. You can auction it at a coin auction house, or you can sell it directly to collectors or coin dealers who specialize in rare coins. Either way, you'll want to make sure you're getting the best value for your penny. And remember, a little research goes a long way. Wait, before you start searching your pockets and drawers for that lucky penny, hold up. I have a quick tip for you. The most important thing to remember when you're looking for rare coins is to never settle for just any one penny. There's more to this than simply finding a coin and hoping for the best. You've got to know the exact steps to take, and that's what I'm here to teach you. Now, here's the real kicker. The 1992 penny isn't the only rare coin out there. If you've been paying attention, you know that there are plenty of other valuable pennies, quarters, and even dimes that could be sitting in your collection right now. Imagine what those could be worth. But here's the thing, if you don't know exactly what to look for, you might be missing out on life-changing opportunities. So, don't let this chance slip by. If you want to learn more about how to find and sell rare coins like the 1992 penny, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be sharing more tips, tricks, and secrets in the next video that could set you on the path to financial freedom. You won't want to miss it. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand. A coin so rare, so valuable, it could be worth up to $2.2 million. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, every day, coins like this one slip under the radar of everyday people, lost among the thousands of pennies you likely have lying around at home. But what if this one little coin could completely change your life? This is the 2006 Mint Mark Lincoln penny, one of the most sought-after and valuable coins on the market today. While most pennies from this year were minted in Philadelphia or Denver, this rare anomaly, missing a mint mark, makes it incredibly special. It's one of those coins you've probably overlooked, assuming it's just another common penny. But what if I told you that this small mistake could turn your life upside down? Every year, millions of pennies are printed and circulated. Most of them are worth nothing more than 1 cent. But a select few, like this 2006 Mint Mark penny, can fetch prices so high it'll make your jaw drop. In fact, one of these rare pennies recently sold for more than $2.2 million. That's right, million. And there's a strong chance there's one sitting in your change jar right now, completely unnoticed. Back in 2006, something extraordinary happened at the United States Mint. A batch of Lincoln pennies was struck without the traditional mint mark, and it went unnoticed for years. But like all great discoveries, these coins were forgotten, until eagle-eyed collectors began noticing the difference. And when they did, they were willing to pay a fortune. What makes these pennies so valuable? It's the rarity. Think about it, a mint error so small that only a handful of people could have recognized it in the first place. And now, years later, they are worth more than anyone could have predicted. These rare pennies didn't just disappear, they made history, and now they are ready to make someone like you a fortune. Now, I know what you're thinking, who knew a penny could be worth millions? Heck, when was the last time you even checked your spare change for a hidden treasure? Probably not since your last laundry day, right? But here's the catch, time is ticking. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that someone else will snap up that $1 million penny before you even realize it. There are collectors and investors actively searching for these rare finds, and when they find one, it's game over. If you've got one, you need to act fast. So, how do you know if you have one? Look closely at the mint mark on your 2006 pennies. If there's nothing there, no D or P, you might be holding something worth more than you could ever imagine. But don't get too comfortable. Just because it's a 2006 and 0 mint mark penny doesn't mean it's automatically valuable. If you've got a 2006 and 0 mint mark penny, it's crucial you get it appraised by a professional. Not all of them are worth millions, but the ones that are truly rare can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction. An appraisal is your first step, and trust me, you don't want to skip this part. But here's the real kicker, if you find one of these rare pennies, it's not just about the money. It's about the opportunity to change your life. You could finally pay off that mortgage, retire early, or take that dream vacation you've been putting off for years. This is your chance to live the life you've always dreamed of. But only if you act fast. You might think these rare pennies are too elusive, too hard to find, but what if I told you that the secret to finding these $1 million coins might be simpler than you think? Stick around, because in just a moment, I'm going to share exactly how to spot these rare pennies and where to sell them for top dollar. Don't go anywhere, this could change your financial future forever. You've got a penny sitting around, right? But what if I told you this penny could be worth millions? That's not a typo. I'm talking about a 2014 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and it could sell for up to $2 million. Imagine what that could do for your lifestyle. Picture it now, financial freedom, early retirement, the luxury you've always dreamed of. Let's break it down. It's easy to overlook a penny, right? We toss them in our drawers, maybe even forget about them entirely. But not all pennies are created equal. Take the 2014 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Most people wouldn't think twice about it. But for coin collectors and investors, this is a treasure that can change lives. You see, every year, the US Mint produces billions of pennies. But, every now and then, something strange happens. A coin gets struck without the mint mark, something that wasn't supposed to happen. And when that happens, the value skyrockets. But here's where the plot thickens. This isn't just any penny. This particular error coin is extremely rare. And when we're talking about rare, I mean extremely rare. You're talking about a penny that could be worth more than the car in your driveway, or even your house, but don't get too excited just yet. There's a lot you need to know about this coin before you can cash in. Stick with me as I walk you through why the 2014 no mint mark penny is the jackpot you've been waiting for. So, you're probably asking yourself, why is this penny worth so much money? That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Let me hit you with the hard truth. Many people don't even know about this mistake coin. Some people just throw it in a jar or pass it around in their spare change. And this is exactly why people are missing out on a potential goldmine. Right now, there are collectors out there who are dying to get their hands on this error coin. They don't want you to know about it. In fact, many of these coins are being sold under the radar, quietly exchanged for thousands, sometimes even millions, of dollars. And here's where it gets urgent. You've got to act fast. These pennies aren't easy to find. They're rare, and the market is fierce. If you find one, you need to act quickly, before someone else beats you to the punch. And trust me, it's not just about finding the penny. It's about knowing exactly how to authenticate it. You don't want to end up holding a worthless coin, thinking you're about to retire on it. Let me explain what makes the 2014 Lincoln penny without a mint mark so special. Each year, pennies are made with a small mint mark that tells us which U.S. mint facility produced them. In 2014, something went wrong. A small number of pennies were made without the mint mark, and that small mistake turned these coins into one of the rarest treasures you can find today. But here's the kicker, there are only a handful of these error coins in circulation. Most of them are still hidden away, locked up in private collections or tucked away in the bottom of drawers, never seen by the public eye. That's why this coin is worth what it is today. People want it, and they'll pay a fortune for it. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay, so how do I find one? That's the million-dollar question, right? But before we dive into that, there's one last thing you need to understand. The true value of these coins isn't just in the rarity. It's in the potential. The coin's value can climb, especially as more collectors catch wind of its rarity, and here's the most exciting part, you could be the one to make the discovery. Imagine holding a coin that could retire you and your family for the rest of your lives, but remember, this is a game of patience. Not everyone will find one, and it won't always be easy. You need to know where to look and how to spot one from a mile away. Before you go on your hunt, I've got one final cliffhanger for you. Because, guess what? The 2014 Lincoln penny isn't the only rare coin out there with incredible value. Stick around until the end, and I'll share some more coins you won't believe are out there just waiting to make you rich. So, are you ready to take that first step? Start digging through those old change jars, pull out those pennies, and who knows? You might just find yourself holding a small piece of history worth millions. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to hit that notification bell, so you never miss out on more tips about rare coins that can change your life. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about even more valuable pennies that are out there, just waiting for you. What if I told you that your loose change, the pennies scattered in your drawer or hiding in your car, could be worth up to $1 million? Sounds too good to be true. Well, stay with me, because today we're diving into a coin that could change your life forever, the 2020 Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You're going to want to grab that magnifying glass because this little penny could be sitting on a goldmine. Now, let's rewind a bit. Imagine waking up one day, going through your change, and suddenly noticing something unusual. It's not your typical penny, no, this one's different. It's a 2020 Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You're probably thinking, a penny from 2020? That's barely even a year old. And you're right, but here's the twist, not all 2020 Mint Mark Lincoln pennies are created equal. While most of these coins are, well, just pennies, some have something extraordinary about them, something so rare that it could fetch hundreds, thousands, even millions of dollars. Why, you ask? The answer is in the details, my friend. There's a mistake, a flaw in the minting process that only a select few of these pennies have. And if you've got one, well, it's time to start thinking big. I'm talking about potential values so high, they might just take your breath away. But how do you know if you've got the jackpot? That's the million-dollar question. Let's get into it. What exactly makes this coin so valuable? The 2020 Mint Mark Lincoln penny was released during a time of uncertainty, and for those who were paying attention, it wasn't just a regular coin drop. In fact, there are errors in the design and minting process that only a few of these pennies contain. These errors make them incredibly rare and extremely sought after by collectors. And collectors, they pay top dollar when it comes to something this rare. But here's the catch, not all of these pennies are worth a fortune. The key is knowing what to look for. You've got to know exactly how to spot the differences. I'll give you a clue, it's all about the condition, the design errors, and the specific placement of the mint mark. This is the kind of stuff that can make or break your chance of finding a true treasure. Now, this is where you need to pay close attention. Are you still with me? Because I'm about to tell you how much this penny could be worth, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. But before we get to the dollar amounts, are you starting to get a little bit excited yet? Imagine holding in your hand a penny that could change your life forever. But, before you start celebrating, you'll want to understand how to authenticate your coin and determine if it's the real deal. Let's talk about how to tell if your 2020 Mint Mark Lincoln penny is worth up to $1 million. First off, you need to examine your penny closely. Does the mint mark look slightly off-center? Are there unusual details on the face of Lincoln? Maybe the year doesn't look quite right. These are signs that you might be looking at a coin worth more than just a few cents. Here's the kicker: coins like these aren't just rare because of the minting error. They're rare because they're in pristine condition. A penny that's been sitting in a jar for years, constantly touched by hands, and exposed to the elements isn't going to bring in the big bucks. But if you've kept your coin in mint condition, well, then you're in for a potential windfall. So, how do you cash in on this? Get your coin professionally appraised by a certified numismatist. It's not enough to just look at it and guess its value. You need an expert's opinion to back up your claim. Once you've verified its authenticity, it's time to sell, and trust me, you'll be the one setting the price. And let me tell you, there's an urgency to this. The market for rare coins is booming right now, especially for unique finds like this 2020 mint mark Lincoln penny. You don't want to wait too long before getting it evaluated. The longer you hold on to it, the more you risk missing out on the perfect time to sell. So, there you have it. The 2020 mint mark Lincoln penny could be the key to unlocking a future of wealth and opportunity. It's sitting right in your pocket, your drawer, or maybe even your change jar. Could this small coin be the one that catapults you into financial freedom? The choice is yours, but don't wait too long to find out. If you've got a rare 2020 mint mark Lincoln penny in your possession, it might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications, because you don't want to miss out on the next coin that could be worth millions. Time is ticking, so act fast. Stay tuned for more tips on how to find rare coins that could change your life. Until next time, happy hunting. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, what if this tiny coin could change my life? What if I told you that one very specific penny could be worth up to $5 million? Yes, you heard that right. $5 million. Let's dive into the story of the 2009 no-mint mark Bicentennial Lincoln penny, a coin that's making headlines and changing lives. But stay with me until the end, because you don't want to miss the secrets behind its astonishing value. The year 2009 marked a special moment in American history. It was the bicentennial celebration of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the U.S. Mint commemorated it by releasing 4 unique penny designs. These designs illustrated pivotal chapters of Lincoln's life: his humble beginnings in Kentucky, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. But here's the kicker: among these commemorative pennies lies a rare version with no mint mark. This is the one that collectors and treasure hunters are willing to pay millions for. Let's set the stage. Picture this: it's 2009, and these special pennies are rolling off the presses. Most are stamped with the familiar D or S mint marks, indicating their origins in Denver or San Francisco. But somewhere, somehow, a batch of pennies left the production line without any mint mark at all. Was it a mistake? A deliberate choice? The mystery only adds to the allure. Now, think about how many of these might still be sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, or old collections. Could you have one? Pause for a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time you actually looked at your spare change? What if you've been walking past a small fortune every single day? Funny, isn't it, how we obsess over lottery tickets and stock markets, yet ignore the hidden wealth in our pockets? Now let's talk value. Why is this penny worth so much? First, rarity. Coins without a mint mark from this era are incredibly scarce. Second, the story behind them. Collectors love coins with unique histories, and the 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny is steeped in intrigue. Finally, condition matters. A pristine example, graded by experts as mint state or higher, could fetch astronomical sums at auction. Imagine turning a single penny into a retirement fund. But here's the twist: not every 2009 penny is worth millions. You need to know exactly what to look for. Check for the absence of a mint mark under the date. Examine the coin's condition carefully. Scratches or wear can lower its value. And don't forget, professional grading is key to verifying authenticity and maximizing potential returns. Imagine holding this coin in your hand, knowing it could erase debts, buy your dream home, or fund your grandchild's college education. Exciting, isn't it? But here's the challenge: these coins are hiding in plain sight, and the competition to find them is fierce. Every day, more people are waking up to their value. The question is, will you act before it's too late? Here's a funny thought: in a world where people spend hours scrolling through online shopping apps, the real treasure might be sitting in an old piggy bank or under your couch cushions. If that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what will. So, what should you do next? Start by going through your coins methodically. Look for the 2009 pennies and inspect each one carefully. If you find one without a mint mark, don't jump to conclusions. Consult a professional coin appraiser or send it to a trusted grading service. This step is crucial. Without verification, even the rarest coin might just look like an ordinary penny. Here's where things get even more interesting. Experts believe there could be a handful of these coins still out there, waiting to be discovered. And with the growing interest in rare coins, their value is only expected to climb. So, every day you wait could be costing you. Let me leave you with this thought: history has a funny way of leaving us clues, tiny treasures hidden in plain sight. The 2009 no-mint mark Bicentennial Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of opportunity, a reminder that wealth can appear where we least expect it. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins now. Who knows? The next life-changing discovery might just be in your hands. And remember, when you find that rare penny, it's not just a stroke of luck. It's a moment to claim your piece of history. Did you know that a simple penny, one that might be lying forgotten in your pocket or buried in a drawer, could be worth millions? That's right, a 1964 mint mark Lincoln penny has taken the coin collecting world by storm, with one reportedly valued at an astonishing $4.7 million. Imagine the life you could live if you discovered such a treasure in your possession. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this penny so special and how to identify if you have one. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you really looked at the pennies you've been tossing aside? Before you shrug it off, think about this: that tiny coin could be your ticket to financial freedom. The build-up first, let's dive into what makes the 1964 penny so valuable. In 1964, millions of pennies were minted in Denver, as you might guess from the D mint mark. So why is this specific penny worth so much? The answer lies in its rarity. Due to minting errors and a unique die strike that year, certain 1964 pennies were produced with flaws that turned them into collector's items. These errors make them almost like works of art, each one a masterpiece of imperfection. Here's the kicker: the vast majority of these rare coins were either lost or destroyed over time. The few that remain are like needles in a haystack. And that scarcity, it's driving their value through the roof. Are you wondering how to spot one of these elusive treasures? Don't worry, I've got you covered. But first, let's imagine for a moment: what would you do if you found a penny worth millions? Would you buy your dream home, travel the world, or finally retire early? Now back to reality. To identify a 1964 penny that could be worth up to $4.7 million, you need to look for these key features: the D mint mark below the year, signs of a double die error on the obverse side, and specific imperfections that collectors crave. But here's the catch: these details are often so subtle that you'll need a magnifying glass or even professional appraisal to confirm. Speaking of appraisals, how often do you think people mistakenly sell valuable coins for a few cents, simply because they didn't know their worth? Don't let that be you. Take a moment to go through your old coin jars. You never know what's hiding there. The climax and call to action. Now here's where things get exciting. Recently, a 1964 penny with those exact characteristics sold for a staggering $4.7 million at auction. Imagine the thrill of holding a coin so small yet so valuable. It's a reminder that life-changing opportunities can come in the most unexpected forms. But here's the thing: the clock is ticking. As awareness of these coins grows, more people are digging through their collections, hoping to strike gold. This means that if you've got one of these rare pennies, its value could skyrocket or get snapped up fast. So, what's your next step? Start by checking your pennies for the key features we discussed. And if you think you found something special, don't hesitate, consult a professional appraiser immediately. Every second you wait is a second someone else might beat you to the jackpot. To recap, the 1964 D Lincoln penny's value isn't just about its monetary worth. It's a symbol of the incredible opportunities that lie in plain sight, waiting for someone bold enough to recognize them. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers. Remember, every penny counts, literally. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins and let me know in the comments if you think you've hit the jackpot. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into rare coins that could change your life. What if I told you that a penny, yes, just one penny, could make you a millionaire? There's a rare 1968 Lincoln penny without a mint mark that's worth an astonishing $4.7 million. Before you dismiss this as just another urban legend, let me explain why this coin is so valuable and how you could be holding one in your possession right now. Let's start with a quick history lesson. In 1968, the United States Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies across its Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco facilities. Coins from Denver and San Francisco are marked with a tiny D or S below the date. But Philadelphia, the largest mint, didn't use a mint mark, which was normal. So, what makes the 1968 no mint mark penny so special? Here's where things get interesting. Most Philadelphia pennies are worth only face value, but a handful of these coins were struck using error dies or had unique metal compositions that make them incredibly valuable. Imagine this, a coin so rare that collectors and auction houses are willing to pay millions to own it. Now, let's uncover why these coins are a collector's dream. Pattern interrupt. Did you know that some people have literally thrown away their chance at millions by spending these pennies as pocket change? Let's make sure you're not one of them. The key to the 1968 no mint mark penny's value lies in its errors and scarcity. For example, some of these pennies were accidentally struck on the wrong planchets, the metal discs used to create coins. Others have misaligned dies or double strikes, giving them unique features. These errors are like fingerprints, making each coin one of a kind. Collectors crave these imperfections because they tell a story about how the coin was made, but here's where fear comes in. Most people don't know what to look for. They might see a worn-out penny and think it's worthless. That ignorance could cost you dearly. Imagine finding one of these rare pennies in your old coin jar and accidentally spending it on a cup of coffee. That's like throwing away $4.70 million. So, how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? Let's go step by step. First, check the date. If it says 1968 and there's no mint mark below the year, you've cleared the first hurdle. Next, look for errors. Are there unusual markings, double strikes, or an off-center design? If so, your penny might be worth a fortune. But what if you have a 1968 penny with no mint mark and no visible errors? Could it still be valuable? Stick around to find out. Here's the exciting part. Even if your 1968 penny looks ordinary, there's still hope. Some of these coins are valuable because of their metal composition. During the 1960s, the U.S. Mint experimented with different materials due to rising copper prices. If your penny was struck on a rare or experimental planchet, it could still fetch a high price, even if it looks like every other penny. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I verify the value of my penny? The answer is simple. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate your coin and provide an official grade, which can significantly increase its value at auction. Final pattern interrupt. By the way, if you're still thinking, I'll never find one of these, remember this, someone else's doubt could be your opportunity. Have you checked your couch cushions lately? So, here's what you need to do. Go through your coin jars, piggy banks, and old collections. Pay close attention to every 1968 penny with no mint mark. And don't wait. Rare coins like these are becoming harder to find as collectors snap them up. Imagine what $4.7 million could do for you, paying off your mortgage, retiring early, or traveling the world. It's time to turn those dusty old coins into a ticket to financial freedom. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Start searching today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more tips on uncovering rare coins and turning them into life-changing wealth. Leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or have questions about your collection. And remember, your fortune could be hiding in plain sight. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket change and realizing it could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. Just 1 cent potentially worth $4.5 million. Sounds crazy? Stay with me, because this isn't just a fantasy. It's a reality for those who know what to look for. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1973 Lincoln penny and uncovering why collectors are willing to pay fortunes for this unassuming coin. But before we get started, let me ask you this: how many pennies have passed through your hands in your lifetime? Thousands, maybe tens of thousands. Now, imagine if just one of them held the key to your financial freedom. What if you've already touched a $4.5 million treasure without even knowing it? Keep watching, because in the next 10 minutes, you'll discover exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to identify if you've struck gold, and the urgent steps you need to take to cash in on this opportunity before it's too late. Let's rewind to 1973. The Denver Mint was producing billions of pennies, each stamped with the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. But amidst the sea of copper coins, a few extraordinary errors slipped through the cracks, errors so rare that they've become the holy grail for collectors today. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but why would anyone pay millions for a penny? Here's the deal: it all comes down to minting errors. The 1973 Lincoln penny has several variants that have driven its value through the roof. Some have double dies, others feature off-center strikes, and a few have a combination of unique flaws that make them one of a kind. Collectors are not just buying a coin, they're buying history, rarity, and a piece of the American story. But here's the kicker: identifying these rare coins isn't as simple as flipping a penny over. That's why so many people overlook these treasures hidden in plain sight. Don't worry, though, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. Before we get to that, let's pause for a moment. How's your coin jar looking right now? Still full of ordinary pennies? Or are you starting to feel that twinge of curiosity, wondering if one of those coins might be your golden ticket? Alright, let's break it down. The first thing you need to check is the D mint mark, which indicates the coin was minted in Denver. Next, look closely at the date. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling, particularly on the numbers in the year or the lettering. You'll also want to check for off-center strikes or any other irregularities. These tiny details are what turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing fortune. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Recently, one of these 1973 pennies sold at auction for $4.5 million. Just imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off your mortgage, travel the world, secure your retirement. The possibilities are endless, but there's a catch. The market for rare coins is highly competitive, and the value of these treasures can fluctuate. That means timing is everything. If you find one of these pennies, don't wait. Get it appraised by a trusted expert and prepare to strike while the iron is hot. And here's a little insider tip: many people underestimate the value of their coins because they don't seek professional opinions. Don't make that mistake. Every day you wait could mean losing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, what's stopping you? Go grab your coin collection, inspect those 1973 pennies, and start your journey to discovering hidden wealth. And if you find one of these rare gems, drop a comment below and let us know. We'd love to hear your success story. And one last thing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might have a jar of pennies collecting dust. You never know whose life you could change. Until next time, keep searching, keep believing, and remember, your next penny could be the one that changes everything. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered if a simple penny could change your life? Today, we're diving into the mysterious world of the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. What makes this humble coin so special that it could be worth a jaw-dropping $4.3 million? Stick around because this isn't just about pennies, it's about discovering treasures hiding in plain sight, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. You're digging through your old coin jar, the one you've been meaning to sort for years. You're about to toss a penny aside when you notice something odd. No mint mark. Your heart skips a beat because you've heard whispers about pennies like this. Could it be? Could this little piece of copper be the key to financial freedom? Before we unravel this story, let's address the elephant in the room. How can a simple penny be worth millions? Here's the secret: rarity and demand. The 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is an anomaly, and anomalies always fetch a premium in the coin collecting world. But there's more to it than that, so let's break it down. First, let's talk about what no-mint mark means. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia before 1980 lacked a mint mark. But what if your penny from 1980 has no mint mark? This is where things get interesting. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint began marking its coins, making any coin from that year without a mint mark a potential treasure. Now, here's where the excitement builds. Experts believe only a handful of these pennies exist. Why? Because errors like this are exceedingly rare. Imagine a coin escaping the meticulous eyes of quality control, a small oversight, yet one that could mean big money for you. Let's add a little humor here. Think of the no-mint mark penny as a diamond in the rough. Except, instead of being hidden in a mine, it's sitting in your pocket or your old junk drawer. How's that for a twist? Now, back to the story. These pennies are a collector's dream, and the record-breaking sale of one such coin at $4.3 million proves it. Imagine the thrill of finding one and knowing its value skyrockets not just because of rarity but because of the story it tells. Collectors love stories, and this penny has one of the best. So, how do you know if you have a fortune hiding in your loose change? First, grab a magnifying glass and inspect the date and mint area of your pennies. No mint mark. That's step 1. Next, examine the condition. Coins with minimal wear fetch higher prices. If you've got a potential winner, get it appraised by a trusted numismatic expert. But don't just stop there. Auction houses and online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions can connect you with serious buyers willing to pay top dollar. Here's where urgency comes into play. The demand for rare coins is growing. The longer you wait, the more competition you'll face. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this cliffhanger. What if there's another coin in circulation, hiding right under our noses, worth even more than the 1980 no-mint mark penny? Could it be sitting in your wallet right now? To find out, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because our next video uncovers more rare coins that could make you a millionaire. You're digging through an old jar of coins, not expecting much, and then your eyes catch something unusual. A simple 1988 Lincoln penny with a tiny, deep mint mark. It looks just like any other coin, but what if I told you this very penny could be worth up to $4.1 million? Yes, you heard that right, millions from a single penny. Stay with me as I uncover the secrets behind this rare find and how you might have one sitting unnoticed in your home. Let's begin by setting the stage. The year 1988, a time when Michael Jackson was topping the charts, and the US Mint was quietly producing billions of pennies. Among those billions, a tiny number came out with a rare, almost invisible error that would later make them some of the most sought-after coins in numismatic history. But how does a single mistake on a tiny coin turn it into a life-changing fortune? Before we answer that, let me ask, when was the last time you looked closely at your spare change? Seriously, how often do you inspect your pennies? Maybe it's time to start. Because in 1988, a small error occurred in the Denver Mint. The penny in question has what experts call a transitional error, a mismatch between the obverse, the front, and reverse, the back, die designs. This subtle difference went unnoticed by the general public for decades, and only a handful of these coins have been identified to date. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this error so valuable? Well, it's all about rarity and demand. Collectors are constantly searching for coins that tell a unique story, and this penny delivers in spades. It's the kind of discovery that sparks fierce bidding wars at auctions. And here's where it gets exciting. The last known sale of a similar penny fetched an astonishing $4.1 million. Imagine the life you could live with that kind of money. A new home, financial freedom, maybe even early retirement. But here's the kicker, the chances of finding one are slim but not impossible. After all, someone has to discover these rare coins, and it could very well be you. Picture yourself showing up to an auction with your discovery, seeing the paddles go up, and realizing that your little penny is about to change your life forever. It's the kind of moment that sends chills down your spine, isn't it? Now, let's talk about how to identify this rare penny. First, you'll need a magnifying glass or a smartphone with a good zoom feature. Check the reverse side of the penny, specifically, the designer's initials, FG, near the base of the Lincoln Memorial. On the rare 1988 D penny, these initials were mistakenly struck with the 1989 reverse design. It's a subtle difference, but it's the key to identifying this million-dollar coin. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great, but how do I actually sell one if I find it? That's a great question, and I'll cover it in just a moment. But first, let me address a common fear many people have: what if I overlook a rare coin and lose my chance at millions? It's a valid concern, but here's the good news: once you know what to look for, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it could be your ticket to a new life, back to selling. If you suspect you found a 1988 D penny with this error, the first step is to get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will verify its authenticity and assign it a grade, which determines its value. Next, consider reaching out to auction houses that specialize in rare coins, like heritage auctions. They'll help you connect with serious buyers who are ready to pay top dollar for your discovery. But before you rush off to check your coin jar, let me leave you with this. The world of rare coins is filled with stories of ordinary people striking it rich. One day, you're sorting through pocket change, and the next, you're holding a piece of history worth millions. It's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary. So, will you be the next person to uncover a 1988 D Lincoln penny worth $4.1 million? The answer might just be sitting in your pocket or tucked away in an old jar. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Check your pennies, and who knows? You might just change your life. Stumbling across a dusty old penny in your drawer, thinking it's worth, well, just a penny. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $3.8 million? Yes, you heard that right, millions for a single penny. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story behind the 2006 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that's not just rare but life-changing. So grab your coffee and stay with me, because this could be the most valuable 10 minutes of your day. Coins are more than just currency, they're hidden treasures that hold stories, history, and sometimes, untold wealth. You might be wondering, why on earth is a 2006 penny, a coin most people wouldn't look at twice, worth millions? Well, let me explain. This particular penny has a fascinating backstory, involving minting errors, rarity, and a dash of mystery. And here's the kicker, there's a chance you might already own one without even knowing it. Before we get into the details, let me ask you this: when was the last time you checked your loose change? No, seriously. I'll wait. Go ahead. Okay, maybe not now, but by the end of this video, you'll want to. Trust me on this one. Ever thought a penny could pay for a mansion? Or a Ferrari? Well, buckle up, because this one might. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so extraordinary. The 2006 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny stands out because of a rare minting error. These errors occur during the coin production process and can create unique, one-of-a-kind coins. Think of them as nature's happy accidents, but for coins. Collectors go absolutely wild for them. In this case, the 2006 D-penny is believed to have a double die error, where parts of the design are doubled. It's like a coin with a secret, only visible to the trained eye or under magnification. These errors make the coin incredibly rare. And as you know, rarity drives value, but rarity alone isn't enough to fetch millions. The condition of the coin plays a crucial role. Coins graded as MS-65 or higher, that's mint state perfection, are the ones commanding those eye-popping prices at auctions, and let's not forget the buyers. Wealthy collectors and numismatic enthusiasts are constantly on the hunt for unique finds like this. They're willing to pay top dollar, or in this case, millions, to own a piece of history. But here's the million-dollar question: how do you know if your penny is the real deal? Don't go anywhere, because up next, I'll show you exactly what to look for. Alright, so you've got your jar of pennies ready to inspect. Here's what you're looking for. First, check for the D-Mint mark just below the date. This signifies it was minted in Denver. Next, look for signs of doubling on the design elements, like the date, Lincoln's profile, or the lettering. If you spot anything unusual, it's time to take the next step: get your coin professionally graded. Organizations like PCGS or NGC specialize in evaluating and certifying coins. Their authentication can be the difference between a coin worth a few cents and one that sells for millions, and here's where the urgency comes in. These coins are exceedingly rare. Every day that passes, the chances of finding one become slimmer as collectors snatch them up. Don't let your potential fortune slip through your fingers. Imagine telling your friends you're a millionaire because of a penny. Now that's a story. Before you rush to inspect every coin in your possession, let me leave you with this thought: opportunities like this don't come around often. A simple act, checking your pocket change, could change your life forever. But only if you take action. Will you be the next person to uncover a multi-million-dollar treasure? So, what are you waiting for? Go check those coins. And if you find something extraordinary, come back and let us know in the comments. Who knows? Your story could be the next big headline. Fascinating journey into the world of rare coins, where a simple penny could change your life forever. Imagine reaching into your old coin jar, dusting off a penny, and discovering it's worth not just a few cents but millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, millions. One such coin, the 2008 No-Mint Mark Lincoln penny, has recently been making waves in the collector's market. With a value of up to $3.4 million, this coin is turning ordinary folks into overnight millionaires. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you truly paid attention to the pennies lying around your house? Probably never. But what if ignoring them could mean leaving millions on the table? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify if you have this golden opportunity disguised as copper in your possession. Now, let's dive into why the 2008 No-Mint Mark Lincoln penny is so special. First, a quick history lesson. Coins produced in the US typically bear a mint mark, a small letter indicating where they were minted. But a rare error in 2008 resulted in a batch of Lincoln pennies being minted without this crucial mark. These coins were primarily distributed in limited quantities, making them exceptionally rare and highly valuable. Here's where the story gets exciting. Serious collectors and investors are on a relentless hunt for these pennies, willing to pay astonishing amounts. Why? Because rarity drives value in the coin world, and this coin's uniqueness makes it a must-have for those looking to complete their collections or invest in high-value assets. Now, let's talk about identifying this treasure. Grab any penny from 2008 and look closely under the date. Do you see a small letter D or P? If not, congratulations, you might be holding a no-mint mark penny. But wait, don't celebrate just yet. You'll need to confirm its authenticity through expert appraisal, as counterfeits are not uncommon. And here's a pro tip: keep your coin's condition pristine. A penny with minimal wear is far more valuable than one that's been tossed around. You might be wondering, how can a tiny coin be worth millions? It's all about supply and demand. In 2023, a 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in near-perfect condition sold at auction for $3.4 million. Let that sink in for a moment. A penny outperformed most stock market investments in a single sale. Imagine what $3.4 million could do for your life. Pay off your mortgage. Travel the world. Secure your family's future. All from a penny you might already own. But here's the catch. The window of opportunity won't stay open forever. As more coins are found and sold, the market's demand could shift. The time to act is now. I know some of you might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. And honestly, that's a natural reaction. But the facts don't lie. These coins are real, their value is real, and their life-changing potential is very real. So don't let doubt rob you of this chance. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. What if the next time you're sorting through loose change, you uncover a fortune? Will you act on it or let it slip through your fingers? The choice is yours. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll reveal more hidden treasures you could be sitting on without even knowing it. Until then, happy hunting, and may your search for rare coins bring you closer to the wealth and freedom you've always dreamed of. Have you ever thought a penny might be worth a fortune? Not just pocket change, but a life-changing sum? What if I told you that a simple 2016 Lincoln penny, yes, a penny, could be worth up to $1.2 million? It sounds too good to be true, but this is the reality for some lucky collectors who discovered rare coins hiding in plain sight. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself sitting on a small fortune. But you've got to act fast. This rare opportunity could slip right through your fingers. Let's start at the beginning. The 2016 Lincoln penny may look like any other penny in your pocket, nothing fancy about it. The standard minting process has been going on for years. But there's something unique about this particular penny, something that makes it stand out from the hundreds of billions that were produced. If you've ever handled a penny minted after 1982, you probably noticed that the D or S mint mark is often stamped on the coin. But what happens when there's no mint mark at all? You're probably wondering, wait, that's impossible, every penny should have a mint mark, right? Well, that's where the mystery begins. In 2016, a limited number of Lincoln pennies were released without a mint mark, and these pennies have become some of the most valuable coins on the market today. Now, you might be asking, how does a penny without a mint mark turn into a $1.20 million coin? Good question, but hold on, this is where it gets interesting. Imagine finding a penny under your couch cushion. Do you pick it up or just leave it there? If it's not shiny, most people won't even think twice. But what if that penny was the one that would make you a millionaire? Kind of makes you reconsider picking up that dirty old coin, doesn't it? Let's talk about what makes these rare pennies so valuable. These 2016 no mint mark pennies are considered errors, rare mistakes in the minting process. And just like any rare collectible, mistakes are where the value lies. The fewer there are, the more they're worth. A coin with no mint mark isn't something you'll find in your local change jar every day, and that's why it's so valuable. Only a handful of these coins were released into circulation. When collectors realized just how scarce and special they were, demand skyrocketed. It's not just about owning a piece of American history, it's about having a coin that could fetch a small fortune. Imagine selling one of these coins for a price that could change your life forever. That's the power of rarity in the world of numismatics. But, hold on, before you start scouring your change jar looking for your future jackpot, there's something you need to know. The price these pennies can fetch isn't just about the lack of a mint mark. There are other crucial factors to consider, such as the condition of the coin, its authenticity, and how many collectors are after it. If you're thinking about cashing in, you need to understand exactly what you're looking for. So, how can you identify if your 2016 penny is one of these million-dollar treasures? I'm going to show you the key signs to look for, but first, let's take a quick look at what's driving the market for these coins. Trust me, you don't want to miss this next part. It might just save you from losing out on your fortune. Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How do you know if your 2016 penny is worth $1.2 million? There are a few simple things you need to check. First, check the edges of the coin, make sure there's no mint mark. Then, take a closer look at the overall condition of the coin. A well-preserved penny with sharp details and no signs of wear is much more valuable than one that's been tossed around in your pocket for years. Now, here's the tricky part. Just because your penny doesn't have a mint mark, it doesn't mean it's automatically worth a fortune. Many counterfeiters and scammers try to take advantage of unsuspecting collectors. So, the first step is to get your coin verified by a professional grading service. Once it's authenticated, you'll be in a better position to sell it for top dollar, and once it's verified, that's when the real excitement begins. You can sell your coin at auction, reach out to dealers who specialize in rare coins, or even list it privately. The key is to know the right people and the right places to find serious buyers. Timing is everything. Prices for these rare pennies fluctuate, and you don't want to miss the window where the demand is highest. By now, you're probably wondering, if these pennies are so valuable, why isn't everyone in the world talking about them? Good question. Well, the secret is out now, but let me ask you, would you rather be the one who discovers it, or the one who hears about it too late? Here's the thing, these coins don't grow on trees, and the longer you wait to check your pennies, the more likely someone else will find that rare gem. If you've got a 2016 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, don't waste any time. Get it authenticated, get it graded, and get it sold. Your future might just be one penny away from changing forever, but here's the best part, if you find that rare penny and make the sale, you're not just putting money in your pocket. You're opening the door to an entire world of numismatic possibilities. Who knows what other rare coins are hiding in your collection, waiting for their moment to shine. The journey doesn't stop with $1 million penny. So, before you go running to check your change jar, let me ask you this, what if this penny was just the beginning? What if you've been overlooking coins with even higher values? You're about to unlock a treasure trove of rare pennies. Stay tuned, because I'm going to reveal even more valuable finds in future videos. Don't forget to subscribe, because the next fortune might be just one coin away. Did you know that a single penny, yes, just one penny, could be worth up to $1 million? No, this isn't a typo or some far-fetched dream. This could be the opportunity you've been waiting for to transform your life. But here's the catch, most people don't even know this coin exists, yet you have a chance to cash in on it. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot this valuable penny and possibly turn it into life-changing money. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. You see this penny? At first glance, it looks like just another penny you'd find in your coin jar. But this 2020 Lincoln penny has a hidden treasure value that could make you a small fortune. Now, you might be asking yourself, how is it even possible for a penny to be worth that much? And that's a great question. The reality is that not all pennies are created equal. The 2020 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver and holds a special place in the world of coin collectors. But why is it so valuable? The value of this coin lies in a few key factors: the rarity, the condition, and an unexpected flaw that makes it a true gem. Most people don't know about this, and that's why you still have a chance to get your hands on a high-value 2020 penny. These coins were initially released in large quantities, but only a select few were produced with an extremely rare minting error. Can you imagine having one of these in your collection? So, what makes the 2020 penny so special? Here's where things get interesting. There's a flaw in the die used to mint the coin. This flaw is what gives this penny its extraordinary value. Coins with these rare flaws are highly sought after by collectors, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. But here's the thing, the flaw is so subtle that many people overlook it. You go through your old change jar, you spot a 2020 penny, and, boom, you find the rare die flaw. You know you've struck gold, but how do you know what to do next? Should you hang on to it, or is it time to sell it and make that big payday? This is where urgency comes in. The market for rare pennies is growing fast, and prices are climbing each year. But if you wait too long, you might miss out on the peak value of your coin. Every day, more people discover the potential of these rare coins, and the competition is fierce. Your time to cash in is now. Let's talk about how you can get this coin in the best possible condition to maximize its value. If you're sitting on a 2020 penny with that rare flaw, it's crucial to keep it in pristine condition. Don't just throw it in your drawer or toss it around. Coins with scratches or signs of wear lose their value fast. Here's how you protect it. Use protective coin holders and keep it out of sunlight. If you think you found the rare penny, your next step is to have it professionally graded. A certified coin grading service can assess its value based on its condition and rarity. Once graded, you can take it to auction, or you can sell it privately. The possibilities are endless, but there's one more thing I need to tell you. I'm about to share with you a secret tip that could seriously boost the value of your penny. You're going to want to stick around for this, because it could make all the difference between a few $1,000s and a full $1 million payday. Before I tell you that game-changing tip, let's talk about what this all really means for your future. Imagine turning a single coin into a life-changing fortune. It's not just a dream, it's happening right now for collectors and investors who know how to spot the hidden gems. Now, are you ready for the secret? The tip that could take your 2020 penny from valuable to priceless? Alright, here it is. Keep watching, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal exactly how to maximize the value of your rare coin. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. If you've learned something valuable today, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment to let me know if you found a 2020 penny. Your next step is right here, and you'll want to be part of this journey.